My name is Emily Carter, 36, living in a quiet suburb of Seattle. Every morning, I brew coffee, pack lunch for my husband, Mike, and our son, Ethan. The smell of fresh coffee fills our cozy kitchen, sunlight streaming through the window. I thought I had the perfect life until I opened Mike's laptop that night. A chat window popped up, and my heart stopped at the words, "Miss you, babe." My hands shook, coffee mug almost slipping from my grip. Mike, my high school sweetheart, cheating on me? I felt like the ground vanished beneath me. Love stories like this? Hit that subscribe button for more. That night, I couldn't sleep, staring at the ceiling fan spinning endlessly. Mike was snoring beside me, oblivious, as if nothing was wrong. I waited until he left for work, then grabbed his laptop again. The password was our wedding date. Ironic, right? I found emails, photos, and texts with a woman named Sarah. She was a yoga instructor, all bright smiles and perfect curves. They'd been meeting at a downtown hotel for years. My chest tightened, tears burning my eyes as I scrolled through their flirty messages. 10 years of marriage, and I was just a fool in his game. I didn't confront him right away. I needed proof, something undeniable. I started noticing things: late nights, work trips, his phone always on silent. One evening, I followed him after he said he was grabbing drinks with colleagues. He drove to a fancy bar in Belltown, where Sarah was waiting. She leaned in, kissed him, and they laughed like I didn't exist. I hid behind a parked car, snapping photos, my heart pounding like a drum. Back home, I cried in the bathroom, muffling my sobs so Ethan wouldn't hear. The next day, I acted normal, packing Ethan's lunch with a forced smile. But inside, I was planning my next move, determined to protect my son. I hired a private investigator, John, who dug into Mike's double life. He found hotel receipts, credit card charges, even a secret apartment lease. Sarah wasn't just a fling, she was pregnant with Mike's child. I felt like I'd been punched in the gut, my whole world crumbling. But the worst was yet to come. One afternoon, Ethan's school called. He'd fallen during recess and needed stitches. I rushed to Seattle Children's Hospital, my mind a mess of worry and betrayal. Ethan looked so small in the hospital bed, his eyes searching for me. "Mom, where's Dad? He promised to take me to the Mariners game." I forced a smile, brushing his hair back, but my heart was breaking. Later, I found Ethan's journal in his backpack, filled with drawings. One page read, "Dad's always on the phone, is he mad at me?" My 8-year-old son sensed something was wrong, and I hadn't protected him. I decided to dig deeper, accessing Mike's cloud account. There, I found a paternity test. Ethan wasn't Mike's biological son. The truth hit like a tidal wave. Mike wasn't just cheating, he'd lied about everything. I'd been raising Ethan alone, thinking Mike was his father, for 8 years. I confronted Sarah's best friend, who spilled the beans. Sarah and Mike had been together since college. I was the other woman in my own marriage. I planned my revenge carefully, gathering every piece of evidence. I sent the photos and hotel receipts to Sarah's husband, a lawyer named Tom. The fallout was explosive. Tom filed for divorce and sued Mike for damages. Mike's company fired him when the scandal hit the local news. That night, I waited for Mike to come home. My hands steady for the first time. "Emily, I can explain," he stammered, his face pale as a ghost. I cut him off, sliding the divorce papers across the table. "You don't get to explain. You lost that right 10 years ago," he begged, tears streaming down his face, but I felt nothing. "Sign it, Mike. Ethan stays with me." After the divorce, I moved with Ethan to a new house in Tacoma. I got a job as a graphic designer, rediscovering my passion for art. Ethan and I started hiking on weekends, laughing under the Washington pines. One evening, he hugged me and said, "Mom, you're my superhero." I smiled, tears welling up, knowing we'd be okay. Mike? He's a fading memory, living alone, his life in ruins. Sometimes, justice feels better than forgiveness. What do you think of Emily's story? Drop a comment, like, and subscribe for more.